Welcome back, Chipola Nation, and good morning. This is Coach Mitch Rolls, head women's basketball coach here. Today, I'm joined by a special guest, McKenna Mentor. McKenna, thank you for coming today. Just want to, before we get started, introducing McKenna and asking her a few questions, kind of give you an update on where we're at. We're currently ranked number 2 in the national polls, 21-1 now after a recent loss. But we finished first round of Panhandle play undefeated, beat Gulf Coast, beat Pensacola, beat Northwest Florida, who was actually number 1 when we beat them here at home. And then we're now starting the second round. So lost the other day, and want to go ahead and apologize to our fans. You guys travel so well. We had a lot of people at the game at Gulf Coast. Didn't end up winning. Lost 77-75. Very close game. But I think our team, I think our coaching staff, and probably the fans as well, thought it was a very uncharacteristic game. We shot a lot of threes, which is not typical of us. Ended up taking 28 threes that game. We allowed 15 threes, 15 made threes by Gulf Coast, which, one, we've got to play better defense, but two, credit to them for knocking it down, playing a little more aggressive this time we played them. So, credit to them, hats off to them. They played a great game. But we're one of the better defensive teams in the country, and that's something that we're going to have to work on this week in practice and make sure it doesn't happen again. Pensacola, who's coming up next, is another team that takes a lot of threes. So we're in practice talking about it a lot now. I'm just trying to fix the problems at hand. Another thing that really hurts you lose by 2 points and you miss 10 free throws. For a team that has shot the ball really well, I feel like our entire team has a good grasp of shooting the free throw well, and we missed 10 free throws. So very uncharacteristic. I think we're a little flat coming in that day, and that's on us. Our coaching staff has to do a better job getting us ready, preparing us, maybe shooting a little more free throws in practice or bringing them in for a second workout. So we'll get to work on that. We'll get that fixed and hopefully don't have that problem again. But again, a great program. They were number 6 in the country. Coach Rory at Gulf Coast, he's got them rolling. I think we were only their second loss of the year. So, we didn't lose to a bad team in any shape or form. Now today, like I said, my guest here is McKenna Mentor. She played for me last year. It's my first year at Chipola. Last year I was at Iowa Western Community College in Council Bluffs, Iowa, right next to Omaha. McKenna's actually from Lincoln, which is about, an hour from campus?
Yeah.
So short little drive for her. Played for us there last year, was the Division II National Player of the Year in junior college. Was a first-team All-American, all the accolades, Conference Player of the Year, MVP, Region MVP. And it is with us this year. She's fighting through a knee injury that she sustained last year, that she's been rehabbing throughout the preseason. Got a little bit better. Jumped back out there. It's kind of been, barking at her a little bit, kind of aggravating her. So she's back to playing, back practicing. But let's start where you're from, what high school you went to, and things like that.
I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. And I went to Lincoln Northeast High School.
Which we actually have another Lincoln Northeast girl on the team, Serena Heron. So Serena Heron, sorry. So they both went to the same high school. Did not play together though. No, didn't play together. They had a little bit of gap there. Tell us about your high school career. What were some of the highlights? I know you're a highly recruited kid, but just in terms of the high school side, championships, state tournament runs, tell us a little bit about your high school.
So freshman year, we actually we had a pretty good record. We only lost 1 game, and then we won the district championship. Ended up going to the state championship, but we lost in overtime to a really tough team. Mm-hmm. And then after that year, I won Super State as a freshman, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then
now explain Super State to everybody who doesn't understand.
Oh, that's just they pick 5 of the best athletes in the state.
Like all state, like top 5 players.
Yeah, top 5 players, yeah. And so that was a good accomplishment for our team. And then senior year, we went on to win the district championship again and go to state, but we didn't win. So.
Didn't win it. So no rings.
No rings.
Just a couple district banners.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that happens. Some of us don't make the state tournament, so that's an accomplishment in itself. Now, as far as schools recruiting you at the time, I know you ended up going to Seton Hall for a year, but I know Seton Hall's in the mix. Who were some of the top teams that were, calling you, offering you, and just kind of having dialogue with you?
I was talking I got offered by Wichita State, Creighton, Colorado, who else? Illinois State, Butler, and and I was talking to a little bit freshman year and stuff to like Maryland.
Okay.
Um,
So mainly Power Four schools.
mhm.
Okay. And then ultimately choosing Seton Hall, far away from home, what was it about Seton Hall that just kind of drew you to the East Coast?
I really like the Big East Conference, having it be main focus like on basketball and, without a football team, everybody's coming to the basketball games and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And also the opportunity to be able to play UConn, that was appealing to me. And it was just a good conference. We got Creighton, Villanova. So yeah, it was, and then the coaching staff was cool too. And yeah, it was a good area.
Well, at that time, I feel like the Big East was it wasn't at its height like it was in the early 2000s, but it was still a very entertaining conference and a lot of ranked teams. So,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely a good choice there. Things don't work out, and you were able to come back home and play junior college and make the best of that. Now, last year, we did get to make a national tournament run. When we were at Iowa Western. So, just tell me a little bit about your national tournament experience. I know you have the hoodie on today, but just about the experience, kind of for the people that have never been or the people that don't understand what goes into the trip, the week long staying in the hotels, like just tell me a little bit about your experience and what you remember.
I mean, the trip, it was long, but it was fun. It was fun, hanging out with the teammates and stuff. Getting closer. And we only had 8 players, so like
Right.
we were really close group. So it didn't feel too long, but it was cool. And then we get to the hotel. Obviously, we're preparing for the games, watching film, and running over our scout and stuff. And it was just cool. We got to eat out a lot, so that was cool.
We did eat pretty well.
Yeah,
We did eat pretty well.
we ate pretty good. And then yeah, we just spent a lot of time like with each other and like watching film and just going over the games. We had a what was it called? The when we went to the banquet thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, the national tournament banquet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was fun.
yeah,
We got to sit down and play games and dance with like all the other teams in the
right.
conference. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then
Well, for me, the hard part was the scouting part every single day. But then, like you said, the cool part was us spending all this time together 24/7. Like, as a basketball team, you probably spend, I don't know how many hours we spend together on a regular day, but we
mhm,
still get to go home,
mhm.
And then at that point, it was like we're a week straight. Every meal, every second is hanging out with each other. And it was a good experience. It was a great experience. And I will not forget it.
Yeah.
One thing, what do you think? What do you think went bad at the national tournament? And that's not off the floor, but just in terms of obviously we didn't win a national championship. We made the Elite Eight, lost going into the Final Four. But what went wrong with us not making the final push?
Yeah. I think we came out a little tired, little like
Mhm.
our legs were a little tired and stuff. And I think that I don't know, maybe us as a team was like a little unprepared for Essex defense or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. But yeah, that I would say that's
Well, I
right.
think that's a good point because when you're playing back-to-back games, and this is a lesson that we're gonna have to take this year, going into the state tournament, and hopefully the national tournament, is to have that experience where you, myself, Alindria Dudley, we can have that experience to tell people, hey, we've got to handle our business this way. We've got to go straight to the hotel and get our scout in, get our rehab in. But it's hard to bring that energy day after day, in a national tournament setting. So I think that's good that we've had that experience. I think it's something great for me as a young coach to go through and for us to not fail, but we didn't reach our mission.
Right.
So I think it's going to be good for us this year. With that being said, what are your expectations for this year's team here at Chipola? You've had a lot of time on the sidelines. You have some times with us in a game and practice. Expectations. You've seen everybody in conference now. Just what you think we can do.
Oh, we winning a national championship. I
Okay.
think we could do that. I think everybody on this team is talented enough, and I think everybody has a contribution to the team.
Mhm.
And I think we're coached very well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
I
But
appreciate that. No sprints today.
yeah, yeah. So I think a national championship. I don't
Okay.
see why not.
Now, how do we achieve that? We're obviously not a perfect team.
Right.
We have our identity, but what do you think we need to do to achieve that goal?
I think we need to try hard, like as hard as we can every single practice. Come in prepared, come in ready to go. We have to take everybody seriously, no matter what team we're playing the week. If we're playing a ranked team or
Yeah.
an unranked team, we have to take everybody as serious as it would be in the national champ in the tournament or whatever. So
Yeah. Well, that Chipola target on your back doesn't go away,
Right.
no matter who you're playing.
Right.
Now let's get into just some personal stuff here. Favorite WNBA player?
I'm gonna have to say Maya Moore.
Maya Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went old
Former.
school there.
Yeah,
Okay,
former.
good. I like that. And why? Is it growing up that's who you watched, or you just haven't found your new favorite player yet?
Growing up, that's who I watch, and I also haven't found my new favorite player. But yeah, growing up, that's who I watch.
Well, you've got some new stars out there that might be able to take that spot.
Yeah.
Now, favorite college women's basketball player right now?
Ooh, probably Juju.
Okay.
Juju Watkins,
Okay.
yeah.
So you like scores.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes a little bit of sense. Makes a little bit of sense. She averaged 20 points per game last year, so I would assume you like scores. So now let's see. What's your favorite class here at Chipola?
Favorite class? It's probably gonna be sports management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I have to brag on this young lady for a little bit here. This has probably been her best academic semester with us, if not her best academic semester in her college career. So she's really stepped it up in the classroom, and we're very proud of her. And it goes to the maturity and the growth that you've had so far. So I'm very proud of you. Now, who is your favorite teacher? Is it going to be your sports administration teacher? Is it somebody else? Who's your favorite teacher here on campus?
Dr. Givens.
Dr. Givens?
Mhm.
Okay. I think he's a team favorite
Yeah.
for now. So he's a great guy.
Great teacher.
Great guy. Really helps out the kids. And then last question I have for you, since coming here, you've been here 6 or 7 months now. Best thing about Chipola?
Best thing about Chipola, I'd have to say the gym. I love the gym. Like it's cool, and the fans.
Yeah.
The fans that come and support us every game. So yeah.
It's a different environment. They're right on top of you. I would hate to be anybody else in our gym, but I love when it's us. They do a great job of staying on the officials for us, so we don't have to. I don't get a technical foul.
Yeah.
But definitely the best fans in the country, and by far the best fans in the Panhandle. So let the other schools know that. Now, to give you an update, tomorrow we have a huge home game. We need our fans out there to help support us against Pensacola. Pensacola gave us a run for our money the first time there. I think they had us down 8 to 10 points at one point. We came back and won, had a really good third quarter, and then sustained that lead to the fourth. But they're a really good team. Very athletic, a lot of guard play, take a lot of threes, just like Gulf Coast did. So I'm assuming they're watching film and saw how Gulf Coast shot the ball, and they're going to understand they've got to shoot the ball well too. But our defense has to step up tomorrow, and I think playing at home, hopefully we defend the home court the right way. But the girls are hungry. We had a hard film session yesterday where maybe some feelings were hurt or whatever the case may be. But I think we got better yesterday, and we're going to get better today in practice. So again, want to thank everybody for coming to the games. You guys do a great job, and if nobody tells you the best fans in the country, we'll tell you that. So appreciate you guys, and hope to see you guys tomorrow against Pensacola. Thanks.